To the larger issues that economy is facing right now, that this government came in 2014, and the moment that it came into the power, it was like on the objective was a bank consolidation, and that's why they went on a bank merging spree. First 5 associate banks were merged with SBI, then Bank of Baroda merged with the Dena Bank. So do you think that it is an alternative to tackle NPAs and bad loans, or is there any other alternatives available? So what's your take on that?
Wait, firstly, this is technically a new government, although it is the same political party, it is the same Prime Minister, so obviously there is going to be a process of continuity. This government came into being, although I said there is an element of continuity, recently. What this government plans to do, we still do not know. We have some inkling of what this government intends to do through the President's address in Parliament, through the Prime Minister's address, to different speeches by the Prime Minister. But strictly speaking, we need to wait for the budget, because the budget, apart from just number crunching of receipts and expenditure, is also a statement of intent by the government about how it tends to solve various issues. So until that budget is announced, it is not my call, nor is it my business to say what I think should be done about NPAs. The fact of the matter is, and I will repeat what I said a little while earlier, the growth slowdown in the economy did not, and this is the great danger that people like Arvind Subramaniam make, this does not result from May 2014. The growth slowdown had happened earlier. The slowdown in employment creation, the lower labor intensity of production, it started in the year 2004-05, and there are serious structural reasons for these things happening, which we need to debate, and any government, including this government, needs to have a clear roadmap for resolving these structural problems. What are these structural problems depends on the lens that you look at it with. If you look at it with a production function kind of lens, you will say I need to make labor markets more efficient, land, natural resource markets more efficient, I need to make capital markets more efficient, which is how the NPA issue comes in. I need to enhance productivity, that is one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is to do a macro kind of thing and say that my choice is consumption expenditure, public investments, to what extent can I increase public expenditure, because after all there are fiscal consolidation, fiscal deficit reduction commitments, investments, private investments, net exports, these are different ways of looking at it. The NPA issue is an issue that cannot be solved overnight, because it has built up over a period of time, and you mentioned NPAs, but there is also something else which may not be quantitatively that important, but nonetheless there is a problem that concerns NBFCs. Now whatever one does about the financial sector, it will take a while, but so far as the plan is concerned, that is where I am ducking, because it is not my call. I am just suggesting let us just wait for the budget.
And so, but the one fact that this government has the objective to make less banks but healthier banks, and
we do not know what this government's objective is. You do not know, I do not know. Let us wait till the 5th.
So you mentioned about NBFC crisis. So my next question is about NBFC crisis. How non-banking financial companies are reeling under huge distress after infrastructure leasing and financial companies default and DHFL on the verge of being default. How is it going to impact economy in longer, and whether this government is going to step in to revive this sector, because it is catering to the sector which is not being catered by.
Look, what the government is going to do, I will say the same thing. Let us wait till the 5th, not that far away. We can hold our patience for a little while. So far as NBFCs are concerned, the NBFC is a very heterogeneous category. All kinds of things get lumped together as NBFCs. I do not think quantitatively the NBFC problem is as serious as the NPA problem, quantitatively. I also happen to think that in terms of size, The NBFC problem is probably concentrated in a few NBFCs. I do not know what the number is, but I'd be very surprised if it's more than about 5 or 10. So if one can ensure that these 5 or 10 NBFCs do not affect the entire system adversely, I think one will have resolved the problem. But I do recognize there is a problem with the financial sector. I do recognize there is a problem with banks and now NBFCs not extending credit. But all I said is, let's just wait till the 5th of July.